Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Putri Salsa Bila Syifa. I'm a student at Sakti University Bekasi. My major is English Education. I want to qualify my final exam from a lecture, Miss Fadjar Isdiati, M.Hum, with courses academic presentation. In this video, I will present about translation of Sapardi Djoko Damono's poem into English. Introduction. In addition to translating language, in the translation process, the translator must also to translate the cultural content in the text. Compared to other literary genres, poem can be considered the most difficult to translate. Translating poem is a work rarely done by a translator. Not only because in translating the poem, the translator must re-express the beauty of the original poetic text, but also because he has to re-express the meaning contained in the poem into the poem text of the target language. So, some people think translating poem is impossible because it is considered to replace the whole beauty of the original poetic text. Theory. According to the Lefebvre, there are 7 translation strategies that can be used to translate poem, namely panoramic translation, literal translation, metric translation, translation of stanzas, rhyme translation, version translation, and interpretation translation. Methodology. It is a descriptive qualitative study. The data sources are the poem Sajak Orang Gila by Sapardi Djoko Damono and its translation Ballad of a Crazy Man by John H. McLean, the poem Sajak Orang Gila and its translation in English Ballad of a Crazy Man consists of 6 parts. In parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, each consists of 2 stanzas, whereas section 6 consists of 3 stanzas. The poem overall has 13 stanzas. The total of line in each stanza varies. The analyzed units are words, expressions, and sentences in all lines and verses of the poem. Result and discussion. In the poem translation above, from 13 stanzas, only 2 stanzas, stanza 6 and stanza 11, which are translated with interpretation translation strategy. The other 11 stanzas are translated with literal translation strategy. Translation of stanza 6 and stanza 11 used interpretation translation strategy, namely translation strategy by reproducing and interpreting the structure of source poem into target poem by mentioning the composition and topic of source poem. From the table above, we can see that in general the total of words in the target poem is greater than the total of words in the source poem. Only in the first stanza, second line, the second stanza, third line, the fourth stanza, second line 4, and the sixth stanza, second line, the total of words in the target poem is less than the total of words in the source poem. This is due to the use of words in the target language and the effect of structure on the target language. Conclusion. The translation of the Sajak Orang Gila into English Ballad of a Crazy Man has been done well by translator. Although the literal translation strategy theoretically is said to be inappropriate to translate poem, in fact the translation of the poem Sajak Orang Gila is able to present poem which is poetic and interesting to read. Although there are some discrepancies at the word level, it does not really affect the content of the poem. In general, the meaning of the short poem conveyed to the target poem. Okay, maybe that's all that I can present. Thanks for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.